When we speak of the U.S. State Department, days after Asim Munir's visit there that we are looking at that just happened, ties with Pakistan and India remain unchanged. Well, that seems to be as far as when it comes to the stand that has been taken by the State Department days after Asim Munir's visit. This is a big statement by the U.S. State Department saying that there will be no change, and clarified its position saying that as far as Washington's stand is concerned, there will be no shift as far as United States of America is concerned, with against as far as India and Pakistan. But when we speak of the backdrop of the Pak Army Chief visit, U.S. seems to be recalling the India-Pakistan flashpoint, and this seems to be another round of claiming credit for brokering a ceasefire understanding between India and Pakistan. Here is the United States once again going far from factual position that has been stated by India time and again, that it continues to claim that there was apparently a situation that would have led to a potential nuclear war between the two nations, the two neighbors. However, the U.S. continues to maintain that it is the one that played the role of a mediator and brokered a ceasefire understanding between the two nations, the two neighbors, which is India and Pakistan.
Obviously, we had a experience with Pakistan and India when there was a conflict, one that could have developed into something quite horrible. I was here at the State Department at the time, and there was an immediate concern and immediate movement with the Vice President, the President, and the Secretary of State in addressing the nature of what was happening. Many of you who were in the room in the days afterward, we described the nature of the phone calls, the work that we did to stop the attacks and to then bring the parties together so we could have something that was enduring. And it's a very proud moment and a very good example of what Secretary Rubio was committed to, Vice President Vance in that, of course, case as well. But the top leaders in this nation involved in stopping that potential catastrophe. I would say that our relationship with both nations is as it has been, which is good, and that is the benefit of having a president who knows everyone, talks to everyone, and that is how we can bring differences together in this case. So it's clear that the diplomats here are committed to both nations. I can tell you also that there has been a U.S.-Pakistan counterterrorism dialogue that was established. At this dialogue in Islamabad, the United States and Pakistan reaffirmed their shared commitment to combating terrorism in all its forms and manifestations during this latest round of the talks in Islamabad. The United States and Pakistan discussed ways to enhance cooperation to counter terrorist threats, and I think that for the region and for the world, the United States working with both those nations is good news and will promote a future that's beneficial.
Well, let's get a word from Shinjoy now. Shinjoy, how do we understand as far as the stand of the United States is concerned? Because it continues to hyphenate India and Pakistan, saying that measures are being taken to counter terrorism. But as far as when it comes to inviting the terror state's Pak Army Chief is concerned, a red carpet is rolled out for him. Then U.S. goes on to say, as far as both nations are concerned, they continue to remain the same for United States. Their role continues to remain the same, and once again also claiming as far as when it comes to mediating between a potential nuclear war between India and Pakistan was stopped by the U.S.
There are two things here. First of all, when it comes to terrorism, for Pakistan there are two kinds of terrorists. The first, of course, are the terrorists who are actually deliberately hurting Pakistan, like the Tehreek-e-Taliban. Now, apart from that, what Hillary Clinton, once Secretary of State of the United States, had once said about snakes in your backyard, that point is being forgotten by America at this point. If you're going to do counter-terrorism, then it should start at Muridke. Then it should start at Bawalpur, where the headquarters of the Lashkar-e-Toiba and the Jaish-e-Mohammed are. What happens at Muridke? What happens at Bawalpur? This is a question that the Americans have to look at very carefully. It's not that they don't know. They know absolutely everything about all this. That's the first point. The second is the fact that the Americans have said at least 30 times that they intervened and stopped a war that could have gone nuclear. This is because the Pakistanis kept saying that, you know, we have nuclear weapons, India has nuclear weapons, there can be nuclear war, there can be nuclear war. Now, these 4 days of conflict has actually punctured that bubble. No longer should people worry about nuclear war because these 4 days suggested that yes, you can have operations, limited operations, and not
well, the limited operation was India's call for self-defense, and as far as the U.S. State Department is also concerned, Srinjoy, it didn't make any mention as far as when it comes to the war rhetoric that Asim Munir seems to be saying from its soil, as far as saying that half of the world will go down as far as if the enemy nation strikes Pakistan again. Well, there seems to be no counter coming in from the United States on this particular statement. For the